Alright, 1.8 renown. That might be enough. Yep, clan tier 1. We made it. So let's go ahead and join as a mercenary, and we'll start hiring some troops. Also, athletics 100. This is going to be probably the melee damage. Combat movement speed when you have no shield or ranged weapon is kind of nice for when you have your two-handed weapons, but yep, I think we're just going to boost up melee damage. We'll go straight into that. And then what we can do is we will craft our weapons to have a decent amount of damage, but maybe lean more into the swing speed so that we can have just enough to one tap, but then we'll focus on having a more useful weapon, because it doesn't really do any good to overkill. You know, if you do 200 damage, that's wasted. You only need to do 100, and if they have HP perks, maybe just a little bit more. So why don't we come over here, drill more. We should be able to recruit some Fians here. Yep, so the Fian line. We can get up to 52 troops here, so not bad at all. But maybe we should join somebody as a mercenary first. Let me go find a noble. Find somebody that we can join with. I decided to do a quick Battanian tournament since it was on the way, and it looks like we're probably going to win it. We have to fight this guy last, a Highborn Warrior, so that's a pretty low tier unit. We don't have a whole lot of two-handed skill, but neither does this guy, because he's kind of a low tier unit. Yeah, so easy win. And it's the same sword we already have, so I guess we'll just have a spare. Yep. Still looking for somebody that we can ask to join as a mercenary. And actually, I don't even know if these guys are at war. Probably should check that out. So we're going to go Kingdoms, Battania, and they are at war actually with the Western Empire. So we need to find somebody. Don't know what this does, but I don't really care either. Yeah, we'll take the one that gives us increased relations by 10 with everybody in here. So, oh, it actually gave us some charm XP as well. Nice. And that gave us enough for level 8. Let's go ahead and put another point into endurance. A couple more and we'll have this one maxed out. And there's another point into smithing. So we should probably start smithing soon as well. And unfortunately these guys are... Looks like they're getting their teeth kicked in. They might have an army down here. Yeah. Oh, there's Caladog. We can ask him. I was going to say we need to maybe pause for a little bit. But this guy will let us in. So I'd like to enter your service for the right sum. 190. That's actually really good. Yeah, anything close to 200 is quite good. So we've got it. Now what we need to do is go around and collect some troops. So we want to go to castles only. Castles are... Anything attached to the castle is the one that sells the noble line. That's what we want. So Abcomer and Inveth. So Inveth is down there. Abcomer down there. Let's start down there. And also actually Lenaken. I can't tell what Lenaken has. Kentrick and Lenaken. So these two down here. Let's go down here before they lose this. Because they will likely lose this unless they come and defend. So here we go. We're going to start recruiting, and we'll just stick to the archers for now. And I don't want to buy too many, but I want to buy enough that we can actually defend ourselves. And then what we need to do is buy some mounts for these guys to ride. So that we've got 12 of them. That's probably good enough. Let's try to go buy some cheap horses if we can. Because I want to be able to move at the max movement speed so that we're not super duper slow. And ideally we can catch looter parties and stuff, but if we have to chase them at equal speed, it's just going to take way too long. So we'll come in here and start recruiting some of these, or purchasing rather. That's pretty expensive. 375, that's a bit too much. So I'm going to shop around a little bit. Let's see if we can find some cheaper ones. They're not the cheapest, but it's actually not too bad. So we can get 10 of them here. Yeah, for about 29. Well, we need 2 more than that though. Let's go 12. We'll go the full stack. That's going to take us down to 6,600, but we are making decent money from that mercenary contract, so let's go. I think what we'll do is just try and fight some looters, and we'll stack up that influence, which is going to pay us a good amount of money. And then we'll get these guys leveled up a decent amount. See, like these 11 looters do look appetizing. Let's try and catch them. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I feel like if we auto-resolve, we're going to lose half our stack there just because that's how this game is with auto-resolve. So let's try and find some people we can pick on. These mountain bandits are a little scary because they could one-tap our guys, but we should still be able to win it. Now they do have a cav unit, so what I'm going to do is come out here on the flank and we'll try and take him out ourselves before he gets too many hits off. So he's going to veer off to the left. Yeah, he's throwing at us, which is fine. Ooh, man. Yeah, he's going to be hard to hit. It's not like they hit him, though. All right, we need to focus our fire on these guys instead. Unfortunately, they're not going to listen to me. Oh, we just lost one. It's what I didn't want to have happen, but unfortunately I can't really control that. Alright, here we go. Let's keep an eye on this cav, and we'll try and block. We can refill our javelins here. Here we go. Let's try and defend. There we go. Got him right in on the ankle. Oh man, I don't want this guy shoot. They're throwing javelins at us. We can take his shield out. Yep, there you go. He's a sitting duck. Got it. So we did lose somebody, unfortunately. We'll have to go hire somebody back, but you can see here, 2.8 influence. That's basically, it's a little less than 600 dinars. That's insane for the amount of effort that we put into it. So we'll keep fighting these small battles, stacking up. We will take these guys prisoner because they will be worth a decent amount. Let's keep hiring as we lose. Here we go. Another village. We can recruit 4 more, and then we should be able to get more from Camera. Only 2 here, but that's fine. We probably need to pick up a few more mounts as well, but we got to be careful not to run out of cash because our payments definitely going to go up a lot now. It's only at 50, but even with, you know, 15 or 20, but if they're all elite, we got to be careful here. Actually, this guy's pretty fast. Oh, he's faster than us. Yeah, that's not good, actually. Shoot. What kind of troops does he have? Yeah, maybe we pay this guy off because I don't want to lose our whole army already. It's only 500 gold. Let's just pay him off. Do they have good units? We got trolled. We got trolled. I feel like we could fight this guy, actually. Let's just fight him. They have some cavalry, which is a little concerning, but I think we can handle it. So the goal here is to take the cav off the horse. Yeah, we don't necessarily need to get kills. There we go. Right, somebody help me out. There we go. They'll blast through him pretty quickly. Like I said, we'll just take some of these cav out. Oh man, hitting them good, but they're not going down. All right, let's fall back a little bit. There's somebody went down. Just keep hitting these cav. Perfect. And then what do they have on foot troops? Hardly anything worth talking about. We hit this guy. Oh man, we hit the cav again. There's 1 death. There we go. There's 1 down. They have 1 more cav? Nope, they have no cav left, so they're done. Let's get up here and defend. Let's block for our boys here, so we don't lose them. Don't you dare hit. Don't you dare hit my archers. Alright, perfect. They've got 4 archers left. Let's give these guys the attack command. We'll keep our shield up and push forward. Oh man, we lost somebody. What the heck? Another one? Come on, dude. It's a 4v freaking 15. Alright, we're gonna have to hit these guys. Yeah, they killed another one. What the heck, man? Not quite sure I agree with that, but let's keep going. Maybe we have... These aren't... I was gonna say, these are not high tier compared to what we have. There's only one tier higher. There we go. Another loss, dude. Why are we losing so many people? Do not shoot your arrows. There we go. Okay, very odd. So we literally lost 3 people in that last fight when it was just the archers. We took out all their party except for the archers and then ended up losing a bunch of people. That is really bizarre. But anyways, we got almost 6 influence out of it. It's still pretty good. Yeah, we'll take it. We need to get a surgeon pretty quickly because that's going to help us out quite a bit. We'll sell all these guys off except for the highborn. Yeah, everybody else will go. And then let's go ahead and upgrade these guys. Yeah, I don't want to lose all of them again. So there we go. We got a nice helmet. That'll come in handy. That's better armor for the horse. We don't have hand armor, so that's good. And then we have a rusty Highland throwing dagger we can put in one of these equipment slots for the stealth outfit. That'll come in handy. This other stuff we'll probably just sell, or maybe we'll keep the bow actually. 30 bow, we don't have skill to use it, so we'll probably just sell it for now. Well, let's head to Pen Canuck and get rid of some of these prisoners. We need to get rid of most of these guys. We'll keep the 1 highborn warrior. Make a little bit of cash from selling these guys off. We've got some loot we can get rid of as well. So we'll hang on to the horses. Yeah, we don't need any of the armor. This stuff we already have. We'll get rid of the bow and then we keep all the weapons. So let's just make sure we don't accidentally sell any of these. And we're pretty good. So yeah, 8 grand. Let's pick up a few more horses. Never mind, they don't have any here that are cheap enough, so let's keep moving around. I think we'll try and hire a few more troops, and then we'll make sure that we have horses for them, and then we'll work on getting them all leveled up. So maybe let's get up to like 20 or 30, and then we'll focus on getting them leveled up. Oops, I totally forgot to buy some food. So where people are starving, let's rush back and get some food here. They have a little bit of grain. We'll take that. Yep, that was my bad. All right, what we need to do is go get some horses. We'll get a proper set of provisions for our troops, and then we'll head out and start farming up again. All right, looks like Ragambad of Sturgia has declared war on the Battanians, so we've got another enemy to worry about. Pretty standard for Battania, though. It is what it is. So let's focus on getting some more troops here, and then we'll worry about that stuff later. Yeah, I don't really care. More archers. Now this place does actually sell riding mounts, so we can take the hunter. Actually, yeah, the saddle horse is not, but the hunter is for 266 is not bad. And then we have the Battanian hobby. Actually, you know, we should probably just buy the hobbies. So we have 20. We need to get up to about 20. So if we do that, that'll leave us at 5,600. That's still pretty good. And then just about everybody's got a riding mount. Another thing we could do is some of these quests. Train troops for Prindor of Glintor. This is a really good one for money. So we'll make a couple grand off of this one. And we do have room for these guys, so we might as well do it. So let's go look for some peasants, or some looters rather. We got another 5 archers to take on here as well. Let's try and pick these looters off here if we can. Now, if we want to get these borrowed troops to level up, we do need to be a little careful. Yeah, we only have 5 of them, so let's get them moved up a little bit. We'll let the archers do some shooting, so it's... yeah, they're coming. And what we can do, we probably need to get these guys to hold fire. They're going to just completely destroy them, so... Okay, hold fire. Soften them up a little bit, but don't kill them. And you guys go out there and finish them off, and then we need to block. Yeah, look at this idiot just turned his back on this guy who was right next to him. Alright, there we go. We got no losses, only 1 leveled up. Not even of the borrowed troop though, unfortunately. So it's going to take a while to get this without losing these guys, so I'm going to work on that and farm it up a little bit. Now it looks like we ended the war, or Calradia ended the war with the Western Empire. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about them. Unfortunately, they did take some land, but at least now it's not a 2-front war. But that's, like I said, that's not really our concern. Let's keep farming. There we go. We got 1 borrowed troop leveled up, 4 more to go. Yep, 1 more level up. It sometimes only tells you 1, but it's actually more. It's good. Yeah, looking at this, we're still at 2 out of 5, but this one is almost ready to go. So we'll have these guys leveled up in no time. So we found a place that has pretty cheap. So Sanon, I think we bought our initial set here as well, but we'll go up to 35 Battanian hobbies. That's going to put us at 1,700 in the bank still. Plenty of money for us. I mean, it is getting kind of low, but we've got our mercenary contract covering it. So that should take care of our movement speed issues for quite a while. Let's check this tournament out here as well. We really need to get better gear. Knight's Fall, that is a weapon, and that's not really what we need. Yeah, a one-handed mace is definitely not what we need right now, but that's fine. We'll take it. Maybe we'll sell it. Get a little bit of cash. So we'll show this one because I haven't done too much of the two-handed. We'll show some two-handed combat. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Try and get this guy in the face. There we go. Yeah, we need to get our skill up so that when we hit shots like that, it actually does damage. That barely did 69 damage to the head. Go. And Prindor's down, so we just took out a noble. Although he made it back in. Yeah, because he was part of the last 2. And this thunderstorm is loud as hell. Ooh, man, that hurt. Alright, we got Prindor in the final stage, which is going to be kind of tough. Especially if it's a two-handed, which likely it will be. Here we go. Alright, we gotta fight this guy. Here we go. Yeah, this is not gonna be easy. Need to get a little bit of luck here. Oh, that was a bad block. I blocked the wrong way. Ooh, luckily he blocked the wrong way too. So we just barely survived. I wonder where he hit. He must have hit us on our shoulder pads again. The lucky shoulder pads, man. They saved us twice now. But there we go. Got a little bit of money out of that one. Yeah, this one's not really worth too much. We'll save it so we can smelt it down. Actually, that's one thing we could do as well in the meantime. Only 4. Wow. Let's also see if we can find a companion here that can help us. This guy, what is he, the hyena? So he's more for roguery. He's not really going to be that great of a companion right now, but we might take him anyways. How much is he going to cost? 500? That's fine. We'll take him. We need somebody to help us out with a couple of the things, actually. We need medicine, steward, scouting, and then somebody to help us with smithing as well. So he could actually help us with smithing. He doesn't have room to move with smithing, but he at least has 50 levels. So does he have... Yeah, he has efficient charcoal maker, which will help. So why don't we do some smithing? So I'm going to pick up a little bit of hardwood. And then let's get in there. So there we go. We use our companion to convert charcoal. And then here we can just unlock everything. And then we'll smelt it all down. Mostly for the materials, but also we get some unlocks. And let's see if there's anything decent in here. Now this one, if I remember, the Pernac is pretty expensive and it's only going to give us steel. The Ambassador as well is a decent one. I think that one's like 1400, but it gives us fine steel. So that one definitely is worth it. I don't know if this one's worth it though, the Pernac. I feel like this one might be better just to sell it, but no, let's just smelt everything. There we go. Everything's smelted. So if we come into here, we got almost no parts unlocked. So that was not worth it in terms of part unlocks, but we did get a decent amount of crafting materials. So that'll come in handy. We should probably do some orders from time to time if we can get them. Yeah, this one looks like we can actually. Here we go. So we didn't get a ton of part unlocks, but we've got some crafting materials to start with. There's not really much that we can craft at this point that's going to be worth our time. So let's just keep collecting weapons and hopefully we get some decent unlocks and then we can use that to farm up. But for now, let's just get back out there. There we go. I think we're down to our last upgrade and we'll have that one ready to turn in, right? Yeah, one more. There we go. Final level. We should be able to turn this quest in. Perfect. They're all leveled up. It's going to cost us 75, but we'll get all that back and then some. So if we send the troops back, we get 2,400. Yeah, basically doubled our money. And it looks like we are at peace with Sturgia now, so we don't have a war with anybody. We do have to be careful if we're around anybody on the outskirts of these guys. So if they declare war on us, we're going to be stuck in enemy territory. I'll probably just try to do this one tournament, and then we'll head back. What I was going to do is try and go town to town and just pick up some tournaments while we're fighting looters and doing all that. But that may not be a good idea in this area anyways. If we do it, we'll do it to the south or to the east. Let's see, what do we got here for a tournament? Tirhong, we already have one of those. So I'll probably still fight it though. Alright, we're on the final round. I'm trying to start editing these out because they're not all that interesting, but maybe the final round will have something interesting here. I don't know. I feel like we've got most of these tournaments, at least the Blandian ones, we've got them on lockdown. The only ones that could cause us some trouble are the ones where it's like a 4v4. Sometimes those get a little funky with the AI. Alright, we'll hold on to our fight attack here a little bit longer. There we go. There we go. So another win, and we get that blade. We'll probably just smelt it down. Also going to throw a bow on and some arrows on our companion here. So he actually has 84 bow skill, so not too bad. We can just have him sit in the back and be safe. Here we got another tournament win. This one's at Ostican. Pretty easy. I got another tournament win down the road at Proven. We got a helmet out of this one, so we'll probably wear it and have our companion take ours. Yeah, there we go. So we don't look like we're coordinated on our outfit, but that's fine. Pretty good armor though. So we've got good shoulders, good helmet. We need everything else though. Well, and then we have a good good sword and one set of javelins that are pretty good. Everything else needs to be upgraded. And then our companion here, looking pretty sad, but he's got a helmet at least. Yep, got another tournament down. And the one we got from the tournament is a world chopper. It's only worth 1,000, but it's going to give us some fine steel. So for sure, we're smelting this. Gave us some decent XP. All right, looks like Caladog decided to declare war on the Northern Empire. So we could head over there and maybe do some damage to their villages, do some raiding. Probably a better way to level up and get our renown up. So the goal at this point is to get our clan tier up to 4 as fast as possible. But obviously in between them, we've got a lot of work to do as well. So we need to get the right set of companions. This guy's not the right one, but he'll be fine for a temporary. But we do need to fill the different roles. We need a steward, a surgeon, a scout, and at some point an engineer, although that one's not going to be that important until later. And then we need to start hiring more clan parties, which we can do another one by the time we hit clan tier 2. So yeah, we'll have to get that running soon. I think right now, let's just go. I think the fastest way to get to clan tier 2 is going to be probably raiding and then avoiding big fights with these guys. So we'll head over there right now. Oh boy. We didn't even get out of Landia and we got declared on by the Nords. So that could be awkward. We're at war with 2 people, although they don't really have anything nearby. So I don't know if they'll even be much of a threat, to be honest. Yeah, why are they declaring war anyways? We don't have anything that neighbors them, so I'm a little confused there, unless somebody took some random fief up here. I don't see it, so yeah, that's an odd one. Probably don't need to worry about it. Let's keep working our way to the east and slightly to the north, and we'll start raiding these guys. And we got one more tournament win on the road. We got a two-handed axe, so we could start training some two-handed skill now if we wanted to. We've got a decent weapon to do that. I don't really want to smelt this one, so let's maybe not equip it, but we'll make sure we don't accidentally sell it. It is worth a decent amount though if we need the money, I guess. But yeah, we should be fine. Let's keep heading east. We do need a few more mounts. Definitely not here though. Holy crap, they're expensive. All right, let's keep going. And we hit 125 athletics from that tournament. We can get the minus 40 charge damage taken. That's going to be much more important than some speed bonus while on foot. And then we'll put our final point into smithing. So that one's capped out. Let's do two-handed next. And then after that, we might want to put some points down here preemptively into the sailing stuff because we are going to be doing some combat on the seas. I don't think we need to spend all of our points there though. At least we'll get some Mariner. I don't know about these other 2 if it's even worth it though, to be honest. But I do want to fight decently. Well, shoot. I have to think about that actually. Yeah, I haven't given that too much thought. I don't know how much combat we'll be doing on the water because if we do a good job at the Conquest, we'll pretty much be fighting on land, just wiping these guys out on land, but we'll see. Let's keep moving east. I'm going to fight a couple small battles here just to level up, and then we'll come back when we're fighting some villages. After winning that fight, we did pick up another perk, so well prepared. We get a +1 ammo for throwing weapons, so we'll be at 13 instead of 11, so not too bad. Here we go. We are quickly approaching. There's Resos, Agomon. There's a army here, so I don't really want to go near it because I feel like there's going to be a bunch of enemy nobles and maybe a big army going there. So we'll try and maybe pick on some of these guys down here. We got 64. Let's make sure we can upgrade as many as we can here. Yeah, let's do that. We got to get these guys leveled up so they have a little bit more armor. They can take a few more hits before they go down. These guys should be fine, but I'm a little worried about them. Now that jumps our wages up to 235. That's kind of a lot, but we should be able to make money if we raid these properly. So why don't we get in there? So hostile action, we're not actually raiding, we're just going to be attacking them for goods. Guess we could do recruits if we really want to do. We can have like a meat shield front line, but I think it's probably all right. And what we'll want to do is separate into 2 groups. That way we have one group that has a flank on the shields at all times. So we'll get group 2 and then group 3 over here. And then we'll probably position ourselves somewhere in the middle just so we can kind of move them around as needed. So essentially we'll get the shield troops to commit to one side. And why did they didn't split out like I asked them to. All right, what is going on here? Looks like they're mixed up. Let's get them to switch positions here real quick before the enemy comes. And what we'll probably do is let's get back on this hill. On the hill, please. And then these guys can kind of take this hill. And then, like I said, we'll start moving people back depending on where they need to go. There we go. I can hear them hitting shields. What in the hell is going on? Dude, I told these guys to get over there. I must be messing up my commands here. That's all right. Right now, on the front line, yeah, these guys are going to need to pull back. So why don't we just pull them back already? That'll open them up to a flank from our other archer group. We should be in pretty good shape here. Right, they're splitting up into 2 groups themselves, which is not really what I was expecting them to do, but that's probably okay. So let's go help these guys. I am not hitting anything. Let's just fight. And we're losing some people here. I'm going to send my other group to attack so that I don't know if they're doing anything useful right now. They need to do something. But this is not the most productive use of our time either. There we go. And we need to get over here and help. Okay, looks like they're doing okay. Let's get these guys over here once they're done. Yep, they're pretty much done with those guys. Now we need to do some damage to these archers. We're losing some people, unfortunately, but can't really do a whole lot about it. They outnumbered us by quite a bit. Let's just hide behind here. Throw javelins. There we go. Pretty easy kills, and it looks like we're not taking too much damage here, so their archers aren't super effective. Yeah, there's one another loss. Yeah, I was gonna say we're about to get shot. Alright, let's get our last 2 out. And then we'll charge. Alright, get them, boys. So there we go. A lot of losses, but we also did pretty well. I mean, I was kind of expecting some losses. Not 8, though. Whoa. I did not expect that many losses. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we really need to get a surgeon so that we don't take so many losses. That would have been more injuries than losses. But 13 influence is a lot. That's a lot of money. So we'll be able to afford our wages for sure. Let's get everybody upgraded. And then we've got some decent gear. Nope, actually we didn't. We'll sell all that. And then they're going to give us all their food, which is fine. So how many troops do we have now? 31? So we have 30 archers left. I guess maybe we just travel back and forth every couple fights and top up on archers. Oh, crap. There we go. All right, we should be able to outrun these guys. Yeah, pretty easily too. Okay, so let's get out of here before we get caught by all their massive cavalry formations here. But yeah, let's go. We'll recruit up again. They're actually at war with these guys as well. So they're getting hit on multiple sides. But yet here they are chasing us. So anyways, let's go get some more archers. Let's do some spying here. 62 is kind of a lot. This is a small one. We could probably take this. So we'll have them. Yeah, they have villagers in here too, which are going to get hit really hard. I'm just worried about that shield wall, but you know what? I think we can probably handle it. Since we're here, let's just fight it. And I think we're just going to go one group this time. Let's just get everybody in one big pile. And if their shield wall reaches our line, we need to hit them with everything we've got. Last time, I feel like they kind of outnumbered us in a couple spots. So we'll just deal with their shield wall first, and then we will deal with the archers. We'll rush the archer line with our shield. Alright, now they have a lot of unshielded troops here that are going to get blasted pretty hard. So I suspect... Oh, look at that. They're all in this little corridor. They're going to get destroyed. Yeah, so let's start chucking some spears in there, see if we can do some damage to these shields. Might need to take out some of these peasants as well, because they're going to start throwing some rocks at us, which I'm not really a fan of. But yeah, we got to deal with these shield troops. We still have a little bit of room. Let's just keep dumping our ammo into them. There we go. That's a kill. All right, let's get up there and help. All right, please don't lose anyone. Looks like we're doing okay. Yeah, I think going as one group is probably better. Now they have a couple archers left, but they're vastly outmatched, so it shouldn't be a big deal here. Oh, we lost somebody again. Dude. It's always at the end when there's nobody left that we lose somebody. Maybe they're just like, they took a lot of damage, but they didn't actually get down to 0. And they're just getting lucky shots on that one guy that's almost dead. So we lost a youth, that's fine. That's easy to replace at least. And another 10.5 influence. So this is sustainable right here. Losing one person is not really that big of a deal. We've got an ally here that's assaulting Mechalabea that's almost down, so they are going to take that. Not that that matters much. Oh boy, they actually lost some land to Sturgia. I didn't realize that before. Anyways, we need to get up here and try to hire some people, so let's get back. On the way, we'll pick up some archers as well to replace our losses. Here we go. This guy is actually half decent. So he's got 100 Stewart, 106 Medicine, and 84 Engineering. So he could actually lead a party of his own. But in the meantime, he could be somebody that will take over a role for us. Why don't we do that? And let's check him out here. So Kazam the Knowing has 4 intelligence at level 17. That's actually not that great. And 2 focus points into these 2. That's actually not great at all. But it's better than what we currently have, so I'll probably have him do medicine. We don't necessarily need the party size, but we definitely need to avoid losing people, so we'll put him as our surgeon. Because I'm the Knowing, and then actually our quartermaster, we could probably use the hyena guy, but I don't think it matters that much, to be honest. An extra 12 troops. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to accidentally raise our number up too high. He actually is pretty good scout, 134. Let's put him as our scout. That'll help a little bit. I went through and smelted a bunch more weapons that we had collected, and we'll do some orders here. So this one we can do with just the basics. And that one gives us a decent amount of cash. Polearm we can do, but we don't have stamina. This guy can do it. Perfect. And we can make a pike. We don't have any unlocks for this, so we're not going to waste our resources on this to fail and make 600 anyway, so yep. Okay, game plan now is, let's make sure we have enough horses, but we need to get back out there and start fighting again, but it looks like we're in pretty good shape, actually. So we have 35, we need 40, more than 40, so why don't we go ahead and buy the rest. Let's get up to 45 or 50, let's do 50, because I feel like we could easily get up to that number. Right, we have room for 54. Perfect. So why don't we go collect the last handful of archers, the noble line, and then we'll get back out.